Yo, what's good, YouTube? Zamcrow here, aka Scoop, with a new type of battle today. Um, I've decided to challenge Mount Moon Battle Association, which is a battle league with 16 gyms of each type, and then the Elite Four, and then a champion. Um, they have their league rules, which I'll go over, and then each individual battler each gym has their own rules too. So I'll go over that, and for each battle, I'll go over the rules for each battle. Um, First and foremost, for the entire league, I have to use a combination of the same 10 Pokemon. And for my 10, I chose Mega Alakazam, Mega Pinsir, Garchomp, Scizor, Rotom Wash, Sylveon, Heatran, Weavile, Manaphy, and Landorus Therian. Mount Mount Moon Battle Association's only been defeated in its entirety once. There's only one champion, and I'm hoping to be number two. The rules for the league is challengers must register with their in-game name, friend code, and team of 10. The team of 10 must consist of a mix of VGC and Smogon, OU and below, as well as whether or not we play singles or doubles, VGC or Smogon. The gym leaders and Elite Fours decide that. Challengers are only permitted 3 chances per gym leader and Elite Four, 1 chance against the champion, I believe. It doesn't note on the champion battle, so I'll ask before I challenge, of course. And then 3 losses to any individual gym leader or Elite Four member resets your badge count. You only need 8 badges to enter the Elite Four, and all victories must be saved and sent. The battle replay must be sent to the league. So yeah, there's 16 gyms. I'm not sure if we'll face all 16. We'll probably just do the 8 that are required. So yeah, we start off against Darude here. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to say Darude for the rest of the battle. The fire type gym leader, who has Rotom Heat, Victini, Torkoal, Braixen, Mega Houndoom, and Ninetales. For this battle, we decided to bring a physical defensive pivot in Rotom Wash, a Scarf Chomp, yeah. Dual Dance Landorus, Calm Mind, Encore, Mega Alakazam, and I'm not carrying Focus Blast. We have a Rain Dance, Rest, Scald, Tail Glow Manaphy with the Spadef Heatran carrying Earth Power, Toxic Roar, and unfortunately Lava Plume. I wanted to have Stealth Rocks, predominantly for Charizards that I thought would be in this Mono Fire team, but he's rocking out a nice Mono Fire. We had one battle, it was interrupted with a DC, so we just decided to restart. And this is the second battle. So yeah, let's just go ahead and hop in here. I lead Rotom Wash because everybody knows I lead Rotom Wash. It's the best lead in the game. I can Volt Switch on everything, barring Ninetales, which it leads with, of course. So we're just going to Volt Switch, Hard Switch in the Heatran, predicting the Solar Beam with the sun being up. The sun being up. Heatran eats these for breakfast all day. Nice and breakfast. As Joey would say, he healed me. We fire off a Toxic here, predicting a switch, as he does switch into the Torkoal. And we get a nice Toxic on it. That'll build up over time, hopefully. It's a good start for us. And he switches out, predicting I'm not sure what. Maybe the Earth Power. But we go for the Roar, expecting maybe Curse or something. Some kind of setup move. Maybe set up his own rocks. And it brings in, as he brings in Rotom Heat and we roar him out, it brings in for him Victini. who is obviously banded according to that bolt strike damage that did just about half to a SPDF max HP Heatran. And we get an Earth Power off. It does almost half, little under. And here, predicting a Bolt Strike again, knowing he was locked into it, I switched into Garchomp, who can, outspeed and KO with Earthquake. But he pulls a switch also into Rotom Heat. And fearing the Will-O-Wisp, but we will switch out here. And here he reveals the Hidden Power, which assumingly is Hidden Power Ice that we eat up for breakfast. Did he heal me? I think he healed me, as Joey would say, like I was saying earlier. Here we go for Earth Power, predicting a switch because, he was locked in the Hidden Power Ice. But we're fully paralyzed and we get no damage off, which is actually terrible for us. Because this Mega Houndoom in the sun is a problem. It's a fucking problem. But that's okay. That's okay. It gets the Dark Pulse off here, and we do get the Earth Power off this time around. And we deal well over half. Would have been a 2-hit KO had we broke through the paralysis the first time around. The sun disappears though. He's much weaker than before, and we can safely switch into Manaphy here. Base 100 stats across the board. If it ain't super effective, it's not doing more than half. So yeah. Now here we should set up the rain, which is my fault. I forgot how the mechanics worked. I thought I'd set up rain, then he would bring in the sun. But he brings in the sun as I go for Scald instead of Rain Dance. Oh, it would have been killer play. But this Scald does respectable damage in the sun, which is great for us. And predicting, the Solar Beam again, we're going to switch into Heatran as he pulls a double into Mega Houndoom. Very nice play on my opponent's part. This is a very fun battle. Obviously post-commentated. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but yeah, it was pretty obvious from the intro, I suppose. As you saw, the Register battle only played 0 times. Anyways, we have to let Heatran go down here. We can't just bring something in and let it be Dark Pulse to oblivion and back in this solar powered Hell Demon dog here. So we let Heatran go down, bring in Garchomp. We're scarfed, we outspeed, no doubt. We can go for Dragon Claw. Obviously went for Dragon Claw because he had Rotom Heat, who could have switched into Earthquake. And down goes the Mega Houndoom. In comes the Braixen, and fearing the Will-O-Wisp, we have to switch out. Garchomp is our win condition. And we bring in Manaphy here, who absorbs the Will-O-Wisp, which is fine because we have Hydration, Rain Dance, Rest. This time we made the correct play, but he did not make his switch, which is fine though, because we do get rid of our burn regardless as he sets up a Wish. And predicting him to want to probably pass that, we're going to fire off a Scald, a rain boosted Scald. As he brings in Ninetales and sets up the Sun. So it's actually not a rain boosted Scald. It is a Sun diminished Scald. A Sun hindered Scald. Scald hindered by Sun. I'm not sure how I'd say that. Does a respectable amount of damage, but he gets the wish back. And again, fearing Solar Beam, we have to switch out. This time he does not double, which is fine. We actually switched out to Alakazam in case he did double. We would still be in a fair position. And Solar Beam does nearly half to Mega Alakazam before he's Mega Evolved, obviously. And as he switches out here and brings in Braixen again, we Mega Evolve and go for the Psychic because Mega Houndoom's down, which was what was holding Mega Alakazam back to begin with. We did not run Focus Blast on this set, which is fine. We didn't need it. We traced the Blaze, which doesn't matter. We have no fire type attacks. We go for the Psychic. Knowing Braixen resists this, I expected it to do not that much, but it does. It looks like a high roll. Did around 35%. And we go for the Calm Mind here, expecting Wish, as he does go for the Wish. We had saw the Wish, I think, twice this match. And we can go for the Calm Mind again as he tries to heal himself with the Protect Wish, which is great for us, actually. Although he does get HP back, we are now at +2 special attack, and that's a Mega Alakazam rocking a 170 base special attack. Shadow Ball is super effective. It's actually not super effective because he's not Psychic type. He's just Fire type. That makes a whole lot more sense now. Psychic was the play every time. Well, I just learned something while post-commentating this battle. I should have called mine there on the Protect. I knew it was coming, but didn't want to act on it. My balls aren't that big yet. He goes for the double Protect, which is fine. He does not get the double Protect, so the Shadow Ball is able to bring him down here. I really feel like a fool for uploading a battle where I'm trying to take down a Braixen with a non-super effective non-stab move instead of just a stab move that was, boosted +2. I feel ridiculous. No wonder the Psychic did 30, almost 40%ish. So now he brings in Ninetales after the Braixen goes down, just to set up the Sun, it looks like. As he knows something was going to go down to a Psychic, he allows the Torkoal to go down, which was probably his least important Pokemon. And here we live once again. From the burn damage, he brings in Rotom Heat as we go for another Psychic, which we probably should have predicted this, as he brings in the Victini to resist the Psychic, and the base 100 attacks across the board allows him to not quite live, but pretty close. Mega Alakazam gets another kill and drops to the burn. And now Landorus, I bring in Landorus Therian because it matches up well against everything with the Stone Edge, not being immune by anything. Nothing's immune to Stone Edge. But we miss, and he gets a Sun boosted Specs Overheat, which is going to drop a lot of things that are not named Chansey. Dropped, bopped, no neck. Anyways, here we can freely bring in the Manaphy, and we're going to set up the Rain, predicting him to switch out since he was at minus special attack. Set up the Rain so the Ninetales cannot come in and just hit us with a Solar Beam. And we're not going to Tail Glow. We're not going to Tail Glow. We're just going for the Scald in case he wants to switch again and then try to bring the Sun back in. We're going straight for the Tail Glow. I mean, straight for the Scald, not the Tail Glow. We're not going for the Tail Glow. So we go straight for the Scald here. Rain boosted, knocks the Rotom Heat out easily. Brings the Ninetales back in, sets the Sun back up. I didn't quite have enough Pokemon to stall out the Sun, but I knew that I can sacrifice Manaphy here and bring in Scarf Chomp with the Earthquake. For the final kill. But Manaphy showing off those base 100s, base 100 stats across the board. Survives the Solar Beam, able to fire off the scald, and picks up the knockout. And down goes the nine tails, and we pick up the first win of, potentially 3 battles. We had our rematch immediately after this battle was played. And like the first battle, there was a DC, but it was at near the very end. We were both sitting at 3-3. My Rotom was basically almost dead though, so I had a sacrifice there in my back pocket. And he had a paralyzed Ninetales, 1% Victini, and a full HP Torkoal. And I had Rotom Wash, who was barely alive, Mega Alakazam at half HP and burnt, and a full HP Scarf Garchomp, who outspeeds the rest of his team. Click Earthquake and 1-hit KO everything besides Torkoal, which is 2-hit KO'd, unless he got a burn on me. But then Mega Alakazam could come in and kill it with Psychic. So we decided that DC, we wasn't going to replay it again because we had what we come to a conclusion as a clear winner. So I grabbed my Fire Badge in my first attempt, which is a confidence boost going into the rest of the league. If you guys like the battle, like the idea of challenging a league, leave a like, subscribe, whatever. You don't, dislike, don't subscribe, whatever. We'll be back with another Mount Moon battle soon. And I thank you guys for watching. Peace out.